Live from New York City. Get this in, it's a bit blurry. Either my eyes are blurred or the camera's dirty. So what I want to talk about today, how I built a 4-figure a month income business in 3 countries within a month. I actually did it way less than that, but within a month. And how you can do the same. So to start with, what I'm really going to talk about here is global markets, and is a business pertaining to a certain marketplace. And I've come from businesses that operated in one city or one country or Canada and the US, but nothing really that's been global. And these days, it's the obvious thing to do. Why would I concentrate my efforts in a city of 1 million people when there's billions out there? Doesn't make any sense. So to build a 4-figure a month business, you have to make sure it's in 3 countries. You have to make sure that it's suitable to those countries. So I wasn't really looking that I tripped across something. And then what I looked at is my quickest way to get the information out there to people. And I wasn't necessarily looking to open the business in 3 countries. It just happened. It's by osmosis it happened. So I looked at the business, and even though it's mainly US based, it operates in 32 countries. So I thought, okay, there's a global business. It's all online, global business. Social media presence, global business. No actual physical product that needs shipping. So the challenge you've got with that, and that's the last business I was in, is certain products are not allowed in certain countries, shipping costs, taxation, importation duties, blah, 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 and time. You know, if you're shipping something from one country to another and it's got to clear customs, it's just taking too long. So, you know, for me to expand myself, I needed to expand my marketplace. So what did I do? I connected with someone who looked like they were doing global business. I asked them what they were doing. They sent me a video. I looked at the video. I thought that's a good idea, and I joined the business for a few $100s. I got my investment back within about, I think it was 30 hours. I was in profit. Yeah, I started a business and was in profit within 30 hours. 30 hours profit. And since then, it's self-financing. It doesn't cost me anything. So that was ideal for me. That suited me. Low startup cost. And the purpose behind low startup costs, if something is too expensive, very often it's buying a lot of stock and a lot of inventory, and then it ceases to become a global business. The shipping and importation duties cancel out any income from overseas. So what I did is I went public, as I normally do, through the biggest global network in the world, which is probably why you've seen this link, which is Facebook. I was getting chin-noses when I do these. I don't know why that is. Oh, my AC. Okay. Facebook. So I kind of put it out what I was doing. And when people watch you, when your posts are entertaining enough to gather an audience, and something new comes into the stream, those that are looking will find you. All my business, 100% of my business is inbound. All of it is inbound inquiries after inquiries. There's people on this call right now that are inbound inquiries. Some of them may already be in business with me. Some of them may just be looking. And it's all inbound. So what I don't do is make my Facebook like a billboard. And I see that all over, you know, all over the internet. You know, I want to shake my head. I want to help, but there's only so many hours in the day. And I'm busy helping people that are on my team anyway. So I never make it like a billboard. I put enough at the table there. I put enough stuff out there to create traffic, people watching, and from that, people inquire. So sometimes it's like pulling teeth trying to get information out of me, and I do that deliberately because I'm doing a complete polar opposite of what I used to do. I used to train people to close deals in seconds with random strangers, and that's a part of my life that's gone, and I never wish to return there. So I connect with people, And what that does is that creates a stream of inquiries. So every single day, we'll see what's on my phone at the end of this. Every single day, my phone is non-stop. So I charge my phone 3 times a day, and there's nothing wrong with the phone. It's perfect. That's how often I use it. Whether it's texting, whether it's Skyping, whether it's on the phone, whether it's social media. So that's a tool, and I'm literally switched on 24/7. I never appear to be working, which also gets people asking, what the hell does this guy do? I never appear to be working, but I'm always switched on, if that concept is conceivable to you. And I'm not necessarily looking for things, I'm just switched on, I'm aware. So, how to build the business within 30 days. I'm fortunate enough to have traveled a lot, but even if you're not, I guarantee you've got friends on Facebook from overseas. You may be in groups on Facebook that are like-minded. It might be a sports team, it might be anything, a conservation group, a vegan thing. But the people on there, so the Facebook groups, those people you can connect with easy enough. You find something like-minded to connect. And I very rarely send a friend request out. And I've just got one in now. And it's just connecting people. Now, if you do this selflessly, so I constantly get asked for things. Last week was, in the last few days, I can't even think. There's that much stuff that goes through. A lot of real estate financing deals, a lot of stuff like that. I'm not even in that business, but I just connect people with other people. So I just connect people up, and as a result of that, some people, and I don't do this intentionally, but some people I think feel compelled to give me something back, and that's not my intent at all. My intent is to connect people selflessly, and I'm not looking for anything out of it. It's funnily enough, yesterday I was talking with a wonderful friend of mine, and I told her I've not seen her properly in 2 or 3 months, and I gave her some updates on what's happened, and every time I told her something new had happened, she said, "Are you getting paid for it?" So I did some voiceover work for a cartoon. Did you get paid for it? No, I didn't. Oh, I know someone that does it, gets paid for it. I just did it because someone wanted help. Okay, and then I also connected those people with somebody else that can really help them in their thing. And that was, again, someone just came to me and wanted help. And this happens all the time. So that was one. The next thing was I was talking about my wonderful friend Dov Barron up in British Columbia. And one day I had 15 friend requests, all friends of Dov Barron. And then I got connected and started talking with these people up in Canada and, well, from all over the place. They're on a course of Dov's. And he was doing a speaker's course, and they'll tell me, Dov talks about, he has us watching your videos. Because if you've seen any of my walk-around videos, the early ones with the profanity warnings, I'm telling you now, they're good. But if you're offended, don't watch them. Okay. But he has his speaking academy, he has them watching my videos. So instantly, these people connect with me and want to connect with me and talk with me, and then one of them's needed something else, and I connect them with somebody else, and someone connects with somebody else. And funnily enough, the person my business partner was connected with me 2 years ago by Dov. So it's such a, we use the term, it's a small world. It's smaller than ever now. So it's just simply connecting. If you go on vacation, you connect with people and try and stay in touch. Well, now it's easy. So how do I do that? I start with connecting with people. I talk to literally anyone. I talk with random strangers all over the place. I'll butt into conversations sometimes in a restaurant. When someone said yesterday, someone saying about, where was it? Chiang Mai. I overheard. I said, "Oh, I used to live in Chiang Mai." "Oh, really? Yeah. Did you do this? Did you do that?" I mean, I knew the guy anyway, but this is a guy from Peru that's lived in 4 cities I've lived in Southeast Asia. The world is a small place these days. It's a very small place, and instant access to the globe. Instant access by what you're looking at right now. So in order to take something from zero to a global concept, I mean, we operate in 32 countries, so it's not quite global, but it's 30 more than the last business I had. And to take a concept, social media is a massive tool for that. a massive tool for that. The next tool I use, because what I don't want to be doing is having $1,000 a month phone bills from calling all over the world. So I utilize some of the tools you can use. Viber I use Skype. So I'll talk with people all over the planet free. And Facebook Messenger is another one. You can actually video through Facebook Messenger. So what I do is, if I connect with someone via the internet, I try and get them in a real conversation, not just typing. I try and get on a real conversation. Now, whether that's on my phone won't stop. My phone just keeps just going and going and going and going while I've been on here. Yeah, I get them onto a conversation. I'll just ask for people's phone numbers. It's easy enough. People, random strangers I meet, I get their phone number in 30 seconds. Get their email, I send them one back straight away. Then it's just a process I go through, and I try and always add them on Facebook. So my party trick, and I don't know how it's happened, but it's probably this phone just won't stop. Something big is happening. It's time to shine. Da, 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 da. Thanks, Darren. Okay. It literally won't stop. So I just connect with people, phone number, email, get them on Facebook. So my Facebook trick, if you're watching it, type Tony Cohen in Facebook. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. I usually always come out on top. And that's from the amount of traffic through Facebook. Okay. Does it take time? Yeah, of course. Yeah, it takes time. It takes time. So some days I'll spend 3-4 hours a day on Facebook. However, while I'm on it, I'm also, my phone's on, my phone's ringing. So it's just there, and it's a tool. It's a tool for global. So I put something on here in New York, and someone in Singapore can see it, same time, real time. So this is, in terms of connecting globally, the greatest tool I found is definitely Facebook. And if you've not got enough Facebook friends or enough global ones, and you're thinking about running a global business, look at some common interest groups. So I run probably 15, 20 groups of totally different things, totally different, wildly different ones. And some of them are very topical. So if it's a sports club, or we ran a good one for the last World Cup, which went nuts, made a load of new friends and connections through that one. So anything topical, and put good quality content on Facebook. So it's not all business, something funny, something a little bit controversial in terms of getting people thinking a bit. One of the things, alternate choice answers, something that will not get everyone going the same way. And yeah, you know what? Now and again, put a cat picture up. I mean, it's fine, whatever. Okay, but generally, I don't post anything about the business directly. So people actually have to inbox me and find out what I'm doing, and that's just my way of working, and it works for me. Okay. However, to do that is not necessarily duplicatable. So there's other people I work with that are getting some of them better results than me, doing it another way, but that suits them. So it's whatever suits. However, before we can actually go global, we've got to start with something else. And what we've got to start with is here. Okay? Because if you're sat in a small town somewhere, I'm just going to use the term small town mentality, we can't see the vastness of what we're about to do. I put a picture on yesterday, a video actually yesterday, and I was talking a lot about the band Oasis and their start. And the video I put up yesterday was Masterplan. And I used to live next to Noel Gallagher, and we share a birthday, and we were pretty close friends. I've not spoken to him for years. And when I asked him, he went from zero to, I think it was £17 million, so about $30 million in one year's income. What happened? He said, Masterplan. He said, I just had a bigger master plan than anyone else. I could see us playing, I think he used the term Shea Stadium, because that's where the Beatles were. And I could see us playing Madison Square Garden. I could see us, even though he was sat in a little house in Manchester, England, he had the vision to see it. So it starts from within. We've got to be able to see it. Now, to see it, this is easy. Okay, this is easy. If you're having a challenge grasping that concept, get a global map and stick it on your wall. Then we operate in 32 countries. I've got a list of countries. So, right now, I don't know how many I'm in. 3, 4, 5 maybe. Which means I've got, plenty of gaps to fill there. Um, so that's where I envisage it. Then talk into your reality. What do I mean by that? Proclamations. Proclamations. I can wrote on my wall, proclamations. So we've got to believe we're worthy of this stuff. So one of my proclamations is, I am worthy. Okay? I am worthy. I am worthy of a global business. Why wouldn't I be? Why wouldn't I be? Why wouldn't anyone be? Okay, just because you're in a small town somewhere and you've never left your own country, it starts from here. Okay, that's just your little perception that you're telling yourself. It starts from there. Now, with our particular business, most of the product available on it is only for the States and now just recently Canada. However, the business is based around self-development and self-improvement, and there's a university in the business which can use anywhere in the world, and that in itself is life-changing. So I don't focus on, well, it won't work in that country because we haven't got that. It all comes from here. Okay, how can I make that work? How can we make this work? How can we open up? How come today it's popping up all over UK? People are joining our business all over UK today. Today, right now, as I'm filming this. Okay. So my task with them is get them out of the UK mentality. You know what? They could be in Peru. Get them out of that mentality. Okay. It's easy for me because I've done it. So when I was 16, I left the country, and when I was 21, or 22, I left again, and then I keep moving around the world. So I've got that concept. However, if I've got someone in the UK, and I'm using that as an example because I know I've got people there, I have to get them thinking globally. So building a business is contact the 20 most influential people you know and see who they know. Okay. And just be honest. You know, I've started with a new business. We're rolling out internationally. I'm looking for 2 or 3 people. In reality, 6 to 8, but can't take them all at the same time. 2 or 3 great people who may have some management experience, may have some marketing experience. Typically, they'd be earning, I'll do this in US money, 100 to 250,000 their first year. Probably sort of 2 to 500,000 the next year. Do you know anyone like that? And you're going to get 3 answers. You're going to get, no, can't think of anyone. You're going to get, yeah, I know a guy, actually, he's in a bit of a transition at the moment, and that's what we get. We get people who are in transition. They're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Out of the hamster wheel, out of the rat race, call it what you will, like, enough already. Okay, I'm X years old. I don't want to play that game anymore. I'm going to play my own game now. Okay. So, you know, this is typically what we're looking for. People who are at breaking point often come because they're at breaking point. It doesn't mean that, you know, they're down to the last dime, but they might have just got divorced, they may have just moved, they may be losing their job, anything. Okay, and they come looking. And generally that's what we look for. So when I ask people, so number 1, they say, no, I don't know anyone. Number 2, they give me 2 or 3 names and phone numbers. Number 3, and by far the most common, the third one, is, do you know anyone that fits the bill? Yeah, I'd be interested in looking at that. And that's all it is. So, you know, just get chatting about it with them, find out where they're at, you know, where they're at in life. Are they on a peak, in a trough? Are they on the rebound? Whatever. And if they're on a peak, great. That's wonderful. I'll chat with them for a bit longer, okay, and I stay connected with them. And that's it. If they're happy where they are, why do I want to change anything? However, if they're in a place where they could maybe need some help but don't ask directly for it, I will just ask them to open up a bit. Not in a direct way, but I'll just 5 magic words. Oh, Tony, yeah, you know what, it's looking like the company's laying people off, and I think in the next year or 2, Oh, 5 magic words. Oh, tell me more about that. And they start opening up and telling you more. And at that point, I'll just by feel out if there's a fit. I don't know if there is. And at that point, you know, I'll try and ascertain what they need to be earning, what their passion is first of all, and how much they need to earn to live their passion per month. What's your real passion, George? Oh, I love fishing. Well, deep sea fishing or going to the lake? Oh, deep sea. Oh, right. And how often do you do that? Only once or twice a year. Oh, is there a reason for that? I mean, I know what the reason is. Not enough time, not enough money. Yeah, I don't have time. Would you like to do more of it? Yeah. So how much would you need coming in per month to drop your job and go fishing every day? And they'll come up with a very typical figure. The figures I usually get are usually either between 5 and 15,000 per month is usually the feedback figures I get, unless I get someone that's really connected, someone that's really in the game, and they'll typically say 6 figures a month. I've done the 6 figures a month thing. Okay, lots of people have. It's not completely out of concept. It's probably a bit out of concept if you've never earned more than 25,000 a year, but 6 figures a month, so over 100,000 per month. So when someone tells me that, okay, and they don't laugh at the end of it, or LOL or whatever it is, okay, I know I'm talking to someone I want to be talking with, and I'll just roll it out from there. Listen, 100,000 a month in your first month working with me, I'm not saying it's not doable. I'm telling you, I don't know how to do it. Okay, you could create a 6-figure a year annual income in your first month because it's been done by numerous people. So, just to clear up the difference there, annual income, monthly income. So what I'll talk with them about next, I'll ask them for a figure, and I'll give them some figures. What if I told you there's guys on our team that have earned as much as $7,500 in their first month with a few $100 investment, as much as $11,000 in the second month. We're creating 6-figure annual incomes within 30 to 90 days. So literally, people can step away from their day job if they have one within 60 to 90 days. Sorry, 30 to 90 days. Okay. What would you say if I told you that? And the typical response is, tell me more. I'm interested. What do I do? How do you do it? What's it about? Tell me more. It's creating an inquiry. Okay. Well, all we basically do is share a video. That's it. What do you sell? Well, nothing, just sharing a video. Okay. So we send the video out, and the video it's got a unique link on it to me, and people will just join the business because they like the video and it makes sense. Or sometimes they'll message me back and ask me a few questions, and one they always ask me is, how much money do you earn? And I always say, I don't know, how much do you earn? Well, I'm not telling you. Okay, so fair enough. But let's just leave it at 4 figures a month for now. Okay, I've only been doing this a couple of months, so I expect 5 figures a month by the end of September. Okay. So where we're at right now, what's that got to do with globally? Is it doesn't matter where the person is in the world. I just work a list out. The 10 to 20 most connected people I know. What do I do with team members? I ask them to do the same thing. Just drop a list of the 10 to 20 most connected people you know, and either I'll call them or I'll get them to do one of these with me. And what this is a wonderful tool, Google Hangouts. If you've never used it, it's a wonderful tool. So I can have a panel. This one's what we call a value-based webinar. Okay, but a lot of these are interactive. So I've got a lady today just jumped on board an hour or so ago from Leicester, England. I've got to launch her business with her this week on one of these. So we get her friends or her people she knows onto a panel, and we talk about them, see how we can help. Okay, so how many people do you need to build a business? Well, not many. You can 6 to 8 people, quality people. You're away at the races. Okay, because all we do then is train those people to do what we've done. Go forth and do likewise. Okay, and if you need connections or you need to utilize me, this is my team. You can utilize me. Give everyone my phone number. There's no problem at all. I'm fully transparent. Tell them to send me a friend request. They can message me if they've got any questions. So I'm here to help people build this business. Now, by these people building businesses, by my connections going into their connections, it grows exponentially. Then they go into their connections, it grows exponentially. So all you need, I was talking to the guy the other week, and he's saying about, you know, I started 1,500 people in business in 12 months, and I did the math. I was laughing to myself at this the other day. 1,500 people in business in 12 months, and he's making 15,000 a month. And I asked him, which one is it? You're making 15,000 a month, or did you put 1,500 people in business? Both. Okay, that doesn't add up. The fact that you're talented enough or skilled enough to put 1,500 people in business means those people have not been trained. So your business is not growing. That's why you're only making 15,000 a month. That's an insane amount of people. It breaks down to about four people a day who's starting in business. And if it takes an hour or 2 hours or 10 minutes, when are you training them? Where are you finding them? It's, you know, I can't get it. And his approach was terrible, you know. And he, you know, he wants to tell me why I'm doing everything wrong. And, you know, he's 15,000 a month. With what I'm doing now, a small team of 88 people pays you 100,000 plus a year, not 1,500 person people. So, you know, as big. That also tells me the retention in his business is next to zero, I'm guessing. So, again, going global starts with here. Is our perception of, okay, who do I know in business? I'm not going to go to the guy at the corner store. Okay, I'm going to go. He's not the most influential guy. Which might be in this neighborhood, I don't know. But he's not the most influential guy. I'm going to go to the guy that knows the guy that knows the guy, and build it that way. So I'm not looking for 88 people right now. I've probably got room for, well, not many, but you know, 4, 5. Okay, and then I've got to help them because I'm spread thin now. So I don't need to start that business in that country. It could be one of our team now that starts someone in Brazil or in France or in Spain or any one of these 32 countries. I can't remember them all off the top of my head. Most of the Caribbean islands, most of Latin America. So, you know, that's still my business, even though I've not started it there. So how I built the 4-figure income in 3 countries is simply social media, went out there and did it. By putting yourself out there, becoming transparent, and becoming, what's the word I'm looking for here? I can't think, but by putting everything out there and starting doing the videos, and it creates traffic, and it creates connections, and it creates energy, and people feed off the energy, and all of a sudden, something great's happening here. Something's going on. This guy's doing something. This guy's doing something. What the hell is he doing? I've got to find out what this guy's doing. Because while I'm sat in my office or in my factory or behind the wheel of a truck or whatever it may be, this guy's sat with his feet up in some restaurant watching the European football in the middle of the afternoon. Or, you know, I'm slaving away in a factory and he's making videos in Central Park. I can't figure out what this guy does or where he gets his income. However, I'll have what he's having. You ever seen that thing in Harry Met Sally? The orgasm scene? If you've not seen it, YouTube it. I'll have what she's having. I'll have what he's having. I want to do what that guy does. His life looks perfect. I want to do what that guy does. Well, listen, my life is my life, and I don't believe anyone's life is perfect. We all have things to deal with. It's pretty damn good, though. And I'm not just talking fiscally here. I'm just talking being able to do, the freedom to do what you want to do. So today, you know, I did some Skype and I did some stuff. I get around to answering my calls when I get around to answering my calls, send me texts. I don't get myself stressed out about, there's a call coming, I've got to grab it. If my ringer's on, which it isn't usually, I'll answer it. Or if I see it, I'll answer it. But if I'm doing something like this, I don't answer it. If I'm just playing around on Facebook, I'll put the ringer on. So anyone that calls me, and I answer all calls, and it doesn't matter if they block numbers or anything. I answer them, the calls. If you don't like it, you can just block the number anyway. It's a call. Nothing can happen. So I do that. I answer all calls. I create a lot of traffic on Facebook. But more than anything else, it's the shift here. So if you're at that point where you can't see yourself running a global business, that's the first challenge. So buy yourself a wall map. Okay? Buy yourself a wall map. Circle 50 places in the world you want to go on the map. So that map is an exercise board for you. Not just to look at, it's to work. Look at a different country every day on the map. Google some pictures of it. This type of stuff. So you literally feel into the world. So by just concentrating our energy on the globe, stick it right in front of your desk or wherever it is you do anything. You used to have those, I probably still get them, globes, maps of the world. Okay, I found the wall maps used to work better for me. And, you know, even I'm well traveled now, but when I wasn't, you know, I'd have these pins all over the map. And there's still lots of places I want to go. Next year I'm going to travel around the States. I've not seen enough of it. Never been to the West Coast. So next year, bike ride down the West Coast. Sedona, Boston, New Orleans. I mean, there's so many places I want to go. Chicago. And I've not been, so I'm going to do that next year, travel. So I not just see myself sat here, even though it's hard to drag me out of this city. Okay. Next year is New Year's Day, cut off, go traveling. Okay. Then, you know, I've not seen enough of Latin America. You know, there's places there that I just haven't been that I want to do. There's another bike trail that runs through Latin America that I'm going to have to be pretty fit for, which I'm not at the moment. Well, I kind of am. So there's that. And, you know, there's things like, there's lots of Europe I've not seen yet. So, you know, I'm 50 years old. I've just decided to spend the rest of my life traveling now. Okay? So that means coming back to New York every so often for a few months, just to get fed. I'm going to do that, but I've got this perception that the world is such a small place. And that saying has been used for years, but it is a small place. I guarantee every single one of you watching this right now can connect with someone from Uzbekistan or the Ukraine or, I don't know, Australia, Rome. You could do it within 5 minutes through Facebook. Easy. Easy stuff, this, okay? So you decide, all right, I'm going to start a global business. Where I'm going to start? I didn't think anything. I think my actual first business partner came in from the UK, and then an hour later I got one from Jeff Cheech himself down in Kansas City, I think. Another place I've never been. It doesn't matter. You know, my other business partners in British Columbia, in Canada, and Vancouver. I've never been there. Okay. You know, I've lost track of where I'm up to with this thing. There's people in Maine. There's people, Athens. So here's something. Down in Atlanta, I get an inbox one day from a French guy that lives in Atlanta, and I don't know this guy. I know his brother because we're connected through the same Krav Maga instructor. If you don't know what that is, YouTube it. Okay. You never quite know who you're talking to on YouTube. So we're both instructors in Krav Maga. And he's just introduced himself. I'm Stefan, I'm so-and-so's brother, and I'm kind of interested in what you do. And from that, Stefan, you know, went through the thing. He's at a certain point in his life, 50 years old. I think he's 50. If he's not 50, this video won't change the thing, so he'll be 50 at some point. This video's out there. And he told me, like so many other people told me, he feels that the corporate America's shifting, people are getting downsized, laid off, redundant, all kinds of stuff, and he wanted a plan B. So he's, you know, he's an intelligent guy, no doubt about that, because I've started to see the shift in him, and it's the same with all the guys. When I use the term guys, it's guys and girls, okay? But I see the same shift with all the guys I work with. Through Facebook, I can see all of a sudden, like within a week, they're happier. There's more kids type pictures going up there, kids parties, they're spending more time with the kids. They're just less stressed out. And this stuff just comes from being around great people. And I'm not talking about myself, just being part of a great community. And when everyone around you is having a good time and spending more time with their kids, or in my case at the restaurant, when that's happening, it has to, that energy has to have an effect. And Mike in England, he looks like he's 10 years younger than 6 weeks ago when he started working with me. Okay, he literally looks 10 years younger. And what's that? That's the stress of life. Okay, It's the stress of life just all of a sudden washes away. So, I forgot to put headphones in, so I hope you guys can hear me okay. That's where I'm at. So we're building a business from there, globally. The income takes care of itself. It's repeat income every month, so it's ongoing. So every month it's exponential growth, grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. You don't have to pay money every month. No, once you're in profit, and my aim with everyone, my aim with every single person is to get them in profit within 7 days. I did it in 30 hours. Cheech did it in 48 hours. One of the guys on our team. It means it can definitely be done in 7 days, so just follow the procedure. Get a list, connect with a list. Do not try and sell anyone anything. Okay? Anyone who's in a trough, I'll tell them a little bit about what I do, but not much. Okay? And if they want to know more, I send them a video with a thing. You can just say, when do you want to watch the video? I don't send it randomly out. I ask if they've got time right now to watch a half-hour video. And send them the video, and then 40 minutes later, I'll just message them or call them saying, do you have any questions about it? And if they do, they do. And if they don't, they either say, it's not for me, or they just join. Simple. That's it. So I let people make their own decisions. I just provide the information. And it's a much simpler system, because I know how much I hate it when people try and sell me stuff all the time. Okay? I used to be that guy. Okay? I'm glad I'm not anymore. So from there, where do we go? Well, right now, as I said, I can maybe handle another 4 or 5 people. However, I know Stefan is from France originally, which tells me he's got to have connections in France. So that's, as it stands, I don't think I've got anyone going in France. So, all of a sudden, that's an extra country on my list, because if they're in his business, they're also in my business. And I've got friends from England that have got friends in Spain, or all over the place really. So there's no end to this stuff. So by the end of this year, the intention is to be in all 32 countries that we operate in, and 6 figures coming in. That's the intent. Okay. Will that happen? That's my intention. So from here, what do we do? If this is of some use to you, the tools on our business are invaluable wherever you are in the world. So we have tools on there, even if you can't get some of the product, because it's mainly US based. The tools in the university, things like how to put together press releases, how to do marketing campaigns, how to utilize social media, a lot of how-to stuff, and we utilize it as a university. So that in itself, if someone's got a second business, which some people do, it gives them the tools there to utilize on their other business. So it's multifunctioning. So it really doesn't matter where somebody is in the world. If they're in a peak, I stay connected with them. If they're in a trough or getting towards a trough or a transition or breaking point, I see if I can help them. But I let them make their own mind up. So that's all I've got for right now. I don't know who's watching. I can never see who's watching. I just know people are watching. Let's just see what happened on here. Right, whole bunch of messages, more messages, more messages. The stuff's coming in as fast as I'm trying to read it. 20 messages. I never seem to catch up on these phone calls. The message on my phone, on my voicemail says, "I don't check my voicemails. Don't leave a message." And people still leave messages. Sometimes when you got a business and you say, this is how I did it, and this is what works, because I just copied the guy that was doing it better than me. What we need to do is just release our ego and just say, okay, teach me, coach me. I don't know what I'm doing. Help. That's it. So, coach me. I don't check my voicemails. Don't bother leaving one. Okay? Not hard to figure out, and still never stops. So that's where I'm at. That's what I got. Guys, if you want to reach me, Tony Cohen on Facebook. If you want to find me on Skype, The Real Tony Cohen. And where else am I? No, I'm YouTube, right here. So I'm easy enough to reach. I'm easy enough to reach, and you can get into links and everything. So guys, thank you so much from El Barrio, New York City. It went from summer to monsoon in about 5 seconds, a few minutes ago. So from here in New York City, this is the real Tony Cohen. Check it out. Have a wonderful day, guys.